Welcome back. Leap Enforcer Podcast, episode 14. It is Saturday. We got week 3 tomorrow. Thursday night, we had Bills, Dolphins. That game was a little closer than a lot of people anticipated, I think. I had the Bills at least covering at 12.5. They did not cover. They won by 10. It's a pretty good game overall. Buffalo, I felt, kind of played down to Miami. It's probably the most fight Miami's had all season, but overall it was a good game. I think it was 31-21, something like that. I think they won by 10. I'm just going to cover like my picks for week 3, chit chat about a couple of the games, and then we'll go from there. First off, I do want to say thank you to everybody that started following me this week. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. One of my videos on TikTok, actually, it's the most views I've had on any short. It's like, I think we're pushing 8,000 right now. So thank you. Also got a couple new subscribers on YouTube. So I do appreciate it. Again, I just do this because I enjoy it. I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable about this sport. And I am a diehard Packer fan for anybody that knows me. So anyways, let's jump into the week 3 games. So the first one on the slate is the Packer game. I'm going to get to that one last. Indy, Tennessee. I think Indy will handle that game pretty easily. Tennessee doesn't look all that great. Cam Ward is showing glimpses of being, why he was the number 1 pick. It's going to take him some time, though. There's not a lot of, options on that offense to get the ball to. So I got Indy winning that game. The spread's 5.5. I got them winning that pretty convincingly. Cincy, Minnesota, battle of the backups. You got Carson Wentz against Jake Browning. I'm going to roll with Cincinnati. That's kind of almost a pick 'em there. It's 2.5, but I'm going to roll with Cincinnati. I just think they have a little bit more on offense. I know Minnesota's got Jefferson, but Minnesota's without Aaron Jones. So they're rolling with some backups there. I don't know. I just think Cincinnati in this spot, I think they're going to come out and play well. And I don't have a lot of faith in Minnesota this year. But defense looks solid as usual, but I'm going to roll with Cincinnati. Pittsburgh, New England, I am taking Aaron in Pittsburgh. I think they win that game. I think it's pretty close. I think they win by, 6 or something like that. Rams, Eagles, that's going to be a hell of a game. I'm going to pick against the Eagles this week. I think the Rams go in there and get it done. Philly's been, the first 2 weeks, they haven't really looked like the Philly from last year. They're not clicking on all cylinders. A.J. Brown is throwing a fit. Hurts doesn't look great. I mean, they're winning games kind of in an ugly fashion. I just think that the Rams come in. I think they win that game this week. I think that they give Philly, their first loss of the season. Tampa, Jets. This is the game please don't take my advice for betting. But this is the game I'm on the heaviest this week. I just think Tampa absolutely rolls on the Jets. I just don't think the Jets are very good. Tampa's playing extremely well. Baker's playing extremely well. I'm going to roll with Tampa. I think that game turns into a blowout. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 31-14, something like that. I don't see that game being very close. So next game, Washington and the Raiders. This game's interesting because Geno Smith looks horrible, first off, for the Raiders. Secondly, you got Mariota starting in place of Jaden Daniels because he's got like a knee or an ankle issue. I don't know which one it is, but he had some kind of a leg issue. I think it was knee. But I think I'm still going to roll with Mariota in Washington. I just think they have a better all-around team, and I don't trust Geno, so I'm going to just roll with Washington and roll with the backup. Next game's Atlanta, Carolina. I'm going Atlanta. Atlanta looked really good. I think that was Monday night against Tampa. Looked really good on both sides of the ball. They just came up short at the end. So I'm gonna roll with Atlanta this game. Houston, Jacksonville. This one's a tough one for me. Houston's defense looks good. Their offense isn't looking the greatest. Jacksonville, I don't know what to think of them yet with Trevor Lawrence. I just don't know what way to go. I'm going to go Houston on this, though, and I think they can pull it off. I think they need to win the game, so I'm going to go Houston in this one. Chargers, Broncos. I'm high on the Chargers this year. I said that before the season started. I think Herbert's going to have one hell of a season. He's slinging it a lot more than I thought he would with Harbaugh being the coach. I thought they'd run the ball a lot more. And a lot of people are high on the Broncos. I'm just not high on the Broncos this year. I mean, I think Bo Nix is going through a sophomore slump. He's going to go through a sophomore slump, the rest of the season. That defense is not playing as well as a lot of people had it, playing this year. I had him missing the playoffs in the beginning of the season, like before the season started. I'm going to keep my, gut feeling with that. I think the Chargers come out and I think they handle the Broncos. I think it's a closer game, but I do think it's the Chargers win by at least a touchdown. That's just my gut feeling. Next game, Seattle, New Orleans. New Orleans is terrible. They may be the worst team in football. So I'm gonna roll with Seattle just because I just don't see Seattle dropping the game to New Orleans. Dallas, Chicago, Cowboys. I actually like this spread quite a bit too. I'm rolling with the Cowboys. Again, don't lose your money with me, please. But I am going to go with the Cowboys. I think they handle the Bears. The Bears are terrible. I don't know how coachable Caleb Williams is. He's still holding on to the ball too damn long. I feel like Ben Johnson would have started fixing some of that by now. But we'll see what happens, as the season, goes on. I think Chicago's terrible as well. So I'm going to roll with Dallas in that game. San Fran, Arizona, that's kind of a tough one too because you got Mac Jones playing, I think Purdy's still out. I know Kittle's still out. So San Fran just kind of beat up. I don't know what's going on with them. I feel like they're beat up every single season. So I'm going to still go with the Niners. I think the Niners are just a better team than Arizona. Arizona's defense is okay. Kyler, he has his spurts where he's really good, and then there's spurts where he's just not very good at all. So I'm going to roll with San Fran in that game. Kansas City and the Giants. I think KC finally gets their first win. KC they have no offensive weapons at all. I mean, you can't rely on Hollywood and Juju. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but not anymore. I'm still waiting for this Tyreek Hill trade to happen. I just feel like it's coming. I do think the Chiefs pull this off. I think they should win that game pretty easily. I think the spread's like 6.5. I got them winning that game pretty easily. Next Monday night game is going to be. This Monday night game is going to be really good. It's Detroit, Baltimore. I think you're going to see who Detroit really is because I think when Detroit came out week 1 against Green Bay, I don't know if they started off slow because there was no preseason games. I don't know if our defense is that good. I mean, I know we're really good, but Detroit had a hell of an offense last year, and they just came out and laid an egg against us week 1. Then they came back and beat up a really bad team in Chicago. So I don't really know who the Lions are right now. I still have them in the playoffs. I still think, they're going to be the highest wild card seed. That's just kind of where I have them, is kind of right around the 5 seed. They can still battle for the division. I mean, they really can. They got a really good team. I think they took a little bit of a step back this season, but we'll see. I think this is a true test for them. I'm going to roll with Baltimore in this game, and it's not Lions hate. I know I've caught a lot of shit this past week with some of my shorts. I got a short on there about the Ben Johnson thing, and I've caught so much crap from Lions fans. Like, I don't care. It was just like part of my podcast from a few days ago. But anyways, I'm going to roll with Baltimore. I think Baltimore handles Detroit. I think it's a high-scoring affair. I'm going to say somewhere like 35-24 Baltimore. It's kind of where I'm at with it. But we'll see. We'll honestly see, what Baltimore is too. Baltimore beat up on a bad Cleveland team this past week. Then they lost to Buffalo. They handed the game away with the Derrick Henry fumble. So, I kind of will see, we'll see what kind of bounce back game, Baltimore and Detroit. Like, I don't know. It's going to tell a lot about both teams. Baltimore didn't look great against Cleveland. They beat them pretty good, but it just didn't look the greatest. You would have thought they would have, I don't know. It was just closer than I would have thought it was when they played Cleveland. So, anyways, I got Baltimore in that game. Now we're going to go to Green Bay, Cleveland. This should be like, we should be able to just go in there, handle business, and get out of there. I hope we do it injury-free. Tucker Kraft, I know he hurt his knee earlier this week. It does look like he's going to give it a go tomorrow. It looks like Zach Tom's going to be a game-time decision. Aaron Banks looks like he's a go. I kind of hope Zach Tom is able to go because of Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a game record, just like Micah Parsons is. I really think those are your two best players in the NFL as far as like on the defensive side of the ball. I've always said Micah and Myles are just on like an island by themselves. So that Cleveland team, I just don't think they can. I don't think they can score. Like you're rolling with Flacco. It was rumored that Dylan Gabriel might get some snaps, but Flacco can't move. You got Parsons and Gary coming off the edge. Edger and Cooper coming. Like there's so much pressure being applied to offenses right now from the Detroit and the Washington games. Like, and those were two really good offenses. This isn't a very good offense. If Cleveland's smart, they'll probably try to run the ball a lot. You don't want to have Flacco being 40 years old, dropping back, trying to chuck the ball a ton. I just think that's a recipe for disaster for them. So I think Green Bay comes out, handles business. I got Gary and Parsons probably having 2 to 3 sacks combined. Nixon, I apologize. I've talked a lot of crap about Nixon, but last week was the best game he's had. He had 5 pass breakups. That was the best game he's ever played for us. If he could play like that at corner, he's able to shadow wide receivers a little bit more, playing a little bit stickier on defense because of the pass rush we're getting. He knows he doesn't have to cover as long. So I think that's going to be crucial for us, as the season continues. Also, Micah Parsons, I almost said Michael. Micah Parsons is fully healthy. He's not on the injury report. Sounds like he should be, able to get 100%, probably not 100% of snaps yet. Probably be somewhere around 80, 85. They're going to work him in still. But this is the first week really that they've probably been able to go over some plays because they had 10 days off. So they're really able to get him into some of the play calling and such. So I think that's going to be, fun to watch as this team, increases his reps. And then we got Dallas next week, and then we get the bye. So I think after the bye, they'll give him a full go. But not seeing him on the injury report is really nice. I know Jaden Reed went on the IR today. He's going to be out for at least probably 6 to 8 weeks. I know he's got to sit out 4. And then, let me see. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think that this Green Bay-Cleveland game, I just hope we don't play down to competition. We do that a lot. We did it last season. I also want to see this team come out. If we get up, let's say we get up 17-0. Let's say we get up, 24-6. We just get this lead. Like, we need to put the, pedal to the metal. Like, we need to just go. Like, stay aggressive. The problem we have is we start letting teams get back into the games. Last week against Washington, that game felt like we should have been up by like 3 touchdowns. The game was still within reach, and we come out third quarter, kind of run or pass or whatever it was, like 3 downs, punt the ball. Like, I just feel like some of the second halves of our games, we did it last year too. We're doing it again this year. I just think we need to stay a little bit more aggressive. If we can put these teams away fourth quarter, then give the guys a rest. But don't come out just because we have a 2-touchdown lead and let these teams back in the game, because anything can happen. You could have a pick six. Love could throw one, receiver could slip. You get a pick six. Now it's a one-possession game, and we just sat here. We took any aggressiveness away as far as on offense. So my thing is, I just hope that they stay aggressive, and we should go in and blow this team out. I mean, Cleveland's not good. They have a good defense, but I hope Zach Tom plays. He can handle Myles Garrett. But, man, we should just go in there and this game should be 38-6, 38-10, something like that. Like, we should just be able to go in there and walk all over it, get the win, and get out. Hopefully we stay healthy. What I love this weekend, again, don't take my advice because I don't want you losing money on me, but I took all of Matthew Golden's overs. I took over yards, over catches. I got him scoring a touchdown. I think this is a Matthew Golden breakout game. I said in my last podcast, this is going to be an open door for Matthew Golden to get some chemistry with Jordan Love, get some swagger back, get some confidence, because he's going to be able to take those Jaden Reed routes. And also, I'm hoping him and Love over the last 10 days, Love learned his speed and he learned how far Love can throw a ball. Because if they would have connected on that one against Washington, it was like a foot short. I'm sorry, the pass was a foot long. man, he would have probably had a little bit more confidence, and Love would have confidence in him too. So I'm really thinking this is a Matthew Golden breakout game. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I got him going for 7 catches, 120, and a touchdown. Call me crazy. I think this is a breakout game. I think that they can run the score up on this team. Tucker Kraft's going to be I don't think he's going to play all his snaps. I'm going to go way out on a limb on this one. I mean, I know his over-unders, I think, like 3.5 catches, but I'm going 7, 120, and a touchdown. Call me crazy. Probably maybe not happen, but I really think Golden's going to start clicking, and we need him to start clicking before Watson comes back, and then Watson comes back, and then we get Reed back, and then hitting on all cylinders. So we got to get this kid ready to go. I mean, I like Golden a ton. I was so happy when they drafted him. So I'm ready to see what he's got. So, and again, thank you all that have followed me on TikTok and Instagram and all the comments and all that jazz. I appreciate it. Again, I'm just a guy with an opinion. I enjoy talking sports. It's nice I can talk sports without being interrupted by people. It's kind of nice. But again, my picks the last 2 weeks were 27-5 on the season. Not bad. So I'm going to roll. You guys got my picks. I'm also going to post them on my story on Facebook and Instagram. Leave me a comment. Give me a follow on YouTube. I'm trying to build my YouTube channel a little bit. I'm starting to gain a lot of traction on TikTok and some on Instagram. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. A lot of people were sharing them. A lot of people were saving the videos. So I do appreciate it. Again, I try to comment back on everybody unless it's just some off-the-wall, hey, F you to me. Then I just don't respond. I mean, it's usually like a user and then a bunch of numbers. It's like not even like a legit account. So, but anyways, reach out to me. And again, also thank you to the people that reached out and said they nominated me for Packer Fan of the Year. I would be glad to win that. I mean, I probably won't because I think there's a lot better candidates out there most likely. But I'm a diehard Packer fan. I live in the middle of Lion Country. I go to, 4 or 5 games a year. I do this podcast for, Packer related. I talk a lot about the other teams too, but it's majority Packer stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you guys voting for me, throwing me out there as a candidate. Continue to do it if I can get into the voting aspect of it. I think they get down like 5 or 6 per team, something like that. I would love to. It'd just be an honor. It'd be cool to do. But again, I appreciate it. And again, I'm just a guy with the opinion. If you've watched this whole thing, I appreciate you. And go Pack, go. Have a good night.